Oh, well, howdy everyone. King James is running a little late. He said he got caught up in traffic, so I figured I'd get the show going for him. Welcome to the Monday Morning Coach Show. I'm your host, Willie Snyder, and I'm joined by my awesome co-host, Mr. King James Stalkup. As soon as he gets here, he will join us. But it's pretty awesome. This is probably going to be, we'll probably only have a few more episodes before football season's over. So we're enjoying it while we can. And, we've been having some people come by the studio and give us good luck. And so here we
Broncos
go.
country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So Broncos, number one seed in the NFL. We got 2 games to get us to the Super Bowl. Looks like we already got Daniel J up in the house. What's up, Daniel? Pretty awesome game. We went to the New Year's game with the Avalanche and Blues, and Avalanche, they definitely need to, the Blues need to be putting some respect on them. Got a pretty cool puck. It's a New Year's puck. I don't know if you can see that, but New Year's puck, 2026. So that's pretty cool. So wish you all happy New Year's from the Colorado Avalanche. But yeah, that was a good time, Daniel. We really picked a good game to go to, and like I say, I'm sure King James just said that he might be a few minutes late, so I'm sure he'll jump in and hang out with us whenever he gets here. And yeah, dude, definitely put some respect on the number one seed in the AFC, man. That is so awesome. And it's crazy to see that the Seahawks got the number one seed in the NFC. That's actually our game of the week. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that audio, go over the game of the week.
Second and goal. Down by 10. That ball was tipped, I think, and picked off.
Yeah, that was really crazy. It was almost like it kind of got behind McCaffrey. He didn't make the catch clean, and then it just went like through his hands and got picked off. And that's pretty crazy. He turned it around, and so the Seahawks are on probably I think they were on the 4 or 5 yard line. We'll see.
It's a ball that's thrown behind. Couldn't tell if it was touched there at the line of scrimmage, but it's behind McCaffrey, and he's not able to get his hands back there to make a clean catch. He bobbles it, it gets up in the air. He is done putting together this roster. Second down and 9. To the sideline. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, and JSN has just been so consistent all year. I really don't think Sam Darnold has really been that consistent, but when he has JSN and that out wide, it makes him look a lot better. So good call for JSN on this game.
Darnold lets it fly. He's got the first down. It's Cooper Kupp since he took over there. Here's Walker on first down. Gets to the edge. And has another first down for Seattle.
And that's what's so crazy. Seattle's offense is just so sneaky. They have decent running backs with Walker and Charbonnet, and they just make a really good tandem. So they're moving it, driving it down the field. I think they're already in field goal range here.
Now with Seattle. Out to his right. Throws back for Kupp. Great play and a first down, Seattle. They're down in 4. Charbonnet. Good play by the 49ers as they hold him short of first down yardage.
So this is pretty funny. Seattle looks to be easily in field goal range. I think this is a 44-yarder.
He hits the upright, and it stays a 10-point game.
Donk! So it's always funny when you see the kickers do the donkopotamus. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, it hit it perfectly square right on the goalpost, and it was pretty funny.
This windy night, he's missed 2 field goals and had 1 kickoff go out of bounds, and this is a rare off night for one of the best in the league. Yeah, absolute shock on Sam Darnold's face as well as Mike McDonald. Into the lap of Brock Purdy, 2nd and 10. McCaffrey, nice catch on the low throw, and a strong tackle by Eamon Worry to take us to the 2-minute warning. On a helmet a couple of plays ago, his thumb's bleeding as he goes back out there on 3rd down and 6. Throws to the sideline, and it's broken up. Good play made by Josh Jobe. Now 4th down and 6. Purdy gets hit. The pass is incomplete. And the Seahawks are going to take over on down.
So that was pretty much all she wrote. And, man, Purdy took a huge shot on that. Looked like he got crumpled. Looks like one guy went high, other guy kind of went down low on him, and he kind of got crinkled in there. So hopefully Purdy's all right. He's been just fantasy magic the last few weeks. So, hopefully Purdy comes back. He crushed me in the championship game. I was going against Purdy. I think he put up like 37 points or something and just devastated me. I played Bo Nix. I had 22, which wasn't too bad. So King James just texted me. He said he's he's like in the traffic of an accident. So he's like really trying to get here soon. And like I say, down there and that land, it's really hard to predict that traffic. So I kind of know how he feels. I always hate like going through Denver because you can never tell. Like we had one time when I had my podcast and I told the guy, I was like, hey, we got to be like leaving the Springs at like 3:00 for me to make it to my podcast on time. And I don't think we left until like 3:30 or 4, and I ended up being late. And King James always gives me a hard time. I always tell him that he's gonna have to dock my pay on the podcast, but we just do it for fun and everything. And it's just like you just sound bites like this.
Credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbegbue.
That's so hilarious, man. Every time I hear it, Emeka Egbegbue. Yeah, and I think it's even funnier when you have like some of the guys like that, like Rob Gronkowski and stuff like that, different stuff like that. It's just really funny to, watch them slip up because they're supposed to be like the experts and everything like that. So, it's just always awesome to like come to you guys, talk football, talk about all our different stuff. I'm actually doing NHL fantasy. That's been a blast. I love all kinds of fantasy. I ended up not doing bad in Dynasty. I think one of my teams I took 7th, and then 7th out of 12 is not bad. And then one of my other ones I took 2nd. I lost the championship game, which was rough because like every single one of my players just played horrible. James Cook didn't do anything. Josh Jacobs didn't do anything. I actually had Emmanuel Wilson on my bench, and I would have rather played Emmanuel Wilson over Josh Jacobs because he at least got 3.5 points or something. But I just got devastated. I think I lost by like 70 or something, or 50. Like it was pretty bad. But and I didn't do too bad in ESPN. I was pretty much middle of the pack. I mean, to take 5th in a 16 team is actually pretty good. 16 team leagues are really hard to do for fantasy. And like I say, I haven't really played any other ones than ESPN, and I haven't played Yahoo, but this is the first year doing Sleeper. But yeah, and the Rams, they won. The Rams won 12 games, so that's pretty cool too. Like they basically knocked the 49ers down a spot. So I think the Rams will take the 5 seed. I believe the Rams will take the 5 seed. Seahawks take the 1 seed, and I think is it the Rams take the 5 seed, and then I'd have to look, but I believe the Rams take the 5 seed, and then the Seahawks take the 1 seed, and I think the 49ers take the 6 seed. I'll have to look at that and see, because we were gonna do like kind of a breakdown on that. Let me see. So let's see. Who we have? So yeah, so we have the wild card round on Saturday. We have the Rams and the Panthers, and then the other wild card game is a Packers Bears. It's just so amazing how many wins that these guys. Oh yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, and we already knew this was. We talked about this. It's like a 12-5 team played on the road against, a 4 seed Panthers, with 8 wins. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, yeah, I mean, we already talked about that as being kind of a possibility, just because that NFC South is such a bad division, and like I say, it was pretty crazy to see this year kind of how it all worked out. So then we have Bills and Jags. See, that's another one that's crazy, to see like the Bills and Jags being a wild card. Like, that's how strong the AFC is. And then we have 49ers Eagles. Ooh, man, that is going to be a game. And then it looks like the Chargers at Patriots. Man, that's going to be crazy. And Steelers Texans. So it's going to be crazy. I mean, to see how all these games go down. I mean, I could really see the Rams just destroying the Panthers, but you never know. And so we had talked about that, and that's the whole thing. Like, I've been really impressed with the Rams this year. They've been really strong, and like I say, I traded to get Matt Stafford, and I was really happy. He played great all year, did really good for my fantasy team. So I'm looking for that team to be pretty good going into next year, and hopefully I can get like some rookies like I did this year.
Give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbegboo.
That was so funny. Yeah, I got a big boo on my team. So we'll see if he kind of steps it back up, because he started out on fire. Like, he had like probably 5 great games, and then he just started falling off. And then they got Mike Evans back and all that kind of stuff. So it is what it is. Like I say, but we'll see. Try to get like some predictions going for who you think's gonna make it. I'd really like to see. I think the Rams could be in the Super Bowl. Like I said, I'd like to see like the Rams, like on the NFC side. It'd be kind of cool to see like the Rams and the Bears possibly tangle in there. You have the 49ers Eagles. I mean, that's gonna be interesting, because the 49ers have kind of come on strong as of late, but I don't even know if Brock Purdy's going to play. He got tore up pretty hard in that last game, so we'll see. If Brock Purdy plays, I think it could be a really good matchup, and McCaffrey's really been running hard. Like I say, Chargers, Patriots at home. Like, the Chargers have just been really falling off. They've been really having a rough time. So, it's hard to say what that game's gonna be. I mean, I'll definitely want the Patriots. One of my fantasy teams, I have Drake May, and Drake May's just been crushing it all year. I had Drake May and I had Burrow, and I lost Burrow, so I had to start Drake May, and I kept him in my starting lineup the whole year. Didn't even change back to Burrow, even though Burrow did have some pretty good games after that. Texans Steelers, like, to me, that's crazy. Like, I cannot believe that the Steelers get a home game. Man, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I just did not think that the Steelers looked to get that good. I didn't think they deserved to win that game. But, like I say, when you look at all the different, the way the college bracket broke down, I mean, man, I just got cracked. I can't remember, like, I lost a few picks. Let's see, so where's my bracket? Yeah, that was a different one, wasn't it? Yeah, I think James got in a bracket. Where is it? This is it. So I'm picking Indiana to win the national championship. So that's actually a good one. That's still alive. But Indiana beat Oregon, so I got that correct. Man, I did not expect Miami to take out Ohio State. That was crazy. But I'm still alive on my national champion. I was actually picking Texas Tech to upset Oregon. Yeah, and I could not believe that Georgia got taken out by Ole Miss. That surprised me. So yeah, I lost three. I lost three and got one correct. So I still have Indiana still alive, and then my other one's dead because that other game is Ole Miss versus Miami, which I didn't even have close. But I really would like to see Indiana go all the way and win the national championship. I think that'd be awesome. Like I say, but I just got cracked. I was totally wrong on a lot of them, and so pretty crazy. But like I say, we could probably go ahead and do like my final countdown. I actually did have the Steelers win the final countdown, and what a crazy set of events. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Rodgers protected. Throws to Austin for the touchdown.
So that was pretty crazy. Yeah, I could see that, Daniel. Indiana versus Miami. That'd be a pretty cool national championship. I mean, Miami just kind of had like that special sauce if they end up, making it that far. But we'll see. I mean, Ole Miss they played pretty good. They cracked Georgia pretty good. So I was really surprised at the adjustments that Ole Miss made to beat Georgia the second time, because Georgia just floored them the first time they played. Yeah, so on this catch, Rodgers threw it. Austin had the defender fell down. He slipped and fell down, and he was wide open. It was
the hamstring injury. The extra point from Boswell. Twisting, no good! No good! He missed the extra point!
And it was so crazy because this like opened the door for the Ravens because I want to say it was like 24 and when they scored it would have been 27 if he made the extra point, but he missed it, so it made it 26. So now all the Ravens have to do is go score a field goal and they win the final countdown.
He had not missed one all year.
Here's the slip. When it come up, little hesitation and go route. And Chidobe Awuzie had a nice game out here. He slips. There's no way anybody else can be responsible. And it is a horrible thing when it happens to you. We were waiting for somebody to make a play, and there it was.
And on the extra point, everything looked fine. That is the path that his ball has been taking. It's misses against Cleveland as well. That's just a crushing miss. He'd only missed 15 in his career. He had made 85 in a row, 89 including the postseason. His last miss of an extra point was December 16 in 2020. LaShawnte Wester awaits. It's going to be the speedy running back Mitchell from the 5. The numbers got a return going. There goes Mitchell, right around midfield. They're only a first down or so away from field goal range.
That is almost like a crushing thing that you tell the Ravens is, oh yeah, all you got to do is get one first down. But yeah, he gets a good run back, and like I say, that I was almost thinking that the Ravens just won this game off this kickoff.
Play clock running down. Steelers adjust the defense and brings the pressure. Jackson, Chase, keeps it alive. Herbert tries to get him. Jackson wins it. Out of play. And the Steelers bring that pressure. It's 4th and 7.
There he is.
Sorry I'm late.
Yeah, we already did the game of the week and the final. We're doing the final countdown right now. Okay. Steelers threw a touchdown pass, and the defender slipped, and then they missed the extra point. So now the Ravens have it. They get a return all the way out to like midfield with like a minute left. So they're still alive, and so we're at the final countdown part.
Season on the line. Jackson lofting it up, and it is held on to by Isaiah Likely at the 22-yard line. He's been in the middle of so many big moments, and he comes up with a catch. Tyler Luke from 44. Step good. Holman. The kick is no good. It is wide right. And the Steelers are the champions of the North.
That's so crazy. Mm-hmm. And now I might be wrong on this, but I think that the oh yeah, dude, Daniel, you had one job, man. Just make the game-winning field goal.
That's right.
Yeah, and he's on my fantasy too. But so it's crazy because I think the Steelers are actually hosting the Texans. I think they actually have a home game on that one. So it's pretty crazy I just don't see how the Steelers, I don't think that they played that great of a game. They did have a little bit of a running game going, but I felt the Ravens could have beat them. And like I say, it was one of those things that, a win's a win. Just kind of like what I was telling you, we had our one of our buddies come by.
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
Number one, baby. Number one in the AFC, number one seed. So, 2 games through Denver, and we could be in the Super Bowl. So, we'll see how that goes down. But I already showed, me and Daniel, we went to the New Year's Eve game, and I got my 2026 Avalanche puck that we got at the game. So,
I got all your stuff set up here for Super Bowl and everything, the bracket and all that for everybody to see.
Nice.
I want to apologize for being late. I had only been a couple minutes, but as I was coming home, there was a lady on a motorcycle. It's too big for her, first of all, but she was going too slow, apparently, from what it looked like to me, and tried to get over, and it locked up on her, and it threw her off of the bike, and her head was bleeding, and I think she might have broke her collarbone and her hand.
Ow.
But she was too heavy for that bike too. But I happened to accidentally see it because I was getting ready to turn, and I darted through a red light parked on her side because it's a busy street, and I knew there were cars going to be coming. I turned on my light on my phone, and I was standing out in front of her flashing it, and a bunch of people, they were coming fast and saw me, and they slowed down. They might have ran over her if they, when I got it stopped, and two people got out to help, and I told them keep her on her side, and then I moved the motorcycle over on a sidewalk on the side street, and I'm telling you, I'm pretty damn strong, and that motorcycle was heavy. That motorcycle was way too damn heavy for her, and it had saddlebags and everything. And so I got offside, and one of the persons called 911 while I was handling all that stuff. And I was only like 3 blocks from the house. So, and it's just, it's right there. I just helped her out and everything, waited till the ambulance actually, it was a fire truck got there first. And they were helping her and stuff, and I gave them the keys and stuff to her bike because it had all of her other keys on there too. So anyway, that's why I was a lot later than I was going to be, because there was a bad wreck on the street down there. Well, I wouldn't say it's real bad, but I think she broke some stuff, maybe even broke a rib, and she was having trouble just getting on her side, and we made her get on her side. And so they were sort of holding her back, so they're just, I just believe you're in certain places at certain times, and just luckily, I was thinking quick and got her set to where they, could take care of her and everything. So,
well, not all heroes wear capes, I guess.
That's right.
What me and Daniel were talking about was that matchup with the Rams in Carolina, and it's a 12-5 team.
That's a bunch of crap.
Playing on the road, with the 4 seed, with 8 wins, and so yeah, it is. That's crazy that it lined up like that. Sam Brand, I'm really wondering if Sam Brand's gonna be able to hold up to the Eagles. I mean, Purdy got cracked, and I don't know if he's even going to play. But, that Green Bay, Chicago, that's really going to be a good matchup. They match up really good. And so I'm pretty excited about that one. And then we'll see how that comes down. I mean, I think, Seattle and the Rams would be a good matchup, or Seattle and Philly would be a good matchup. So we'll see how that shakes out and how that seeding goes down. I really expect Carolina to get blown out by the Rams. The Rams they seem way too strong of a team for me. Mm-hmm. But that's on our NFC wildcard division. Then on our AFC, I guess I'm right. Pittsburgh does have a home game against Houston, which blows me away. I just don't. I think Houston's a way better team than Pittsburgh, but we'll see how that shakes out. And then to have Buffalo and Jacksonville, that's gonna be a dogfight right there. I mean, I could see Jacksonville boat racing on Buffalo, but we'll see if their receivers get going. T-Law has just been playing some amazing football, and Josh Allen's really been kind of falling off this year. He was playing a lot stronger last season, but we'll see how that shakes out. Who knows? Maybe Buffalo will just come to play and like I say, there won't be any like cold weather environment. Like if it was more in like Buffalo, that might be a problem for Jacksonville. Being in like the cold weather of Buffalo, they get that lake effect snow. Then you have like the Chargers playing New England. It's going to be interesting. Like those are two really good coaches playing each other, and so we'll see. I haven't been really impressed with the Chargers. They just seem to fall off. I mean, that is, Herbert is my dynasty quarterback, and he does have weeks where he plays really good, but it's just that's gonna be kind of interesting to see how that shakes out. And like I say, the Broncos are waiting to play, want some of those people. I think it would be funny if it was like, Broncos Patriots for the AFC Championship here in Denver. That'd be awesome, have McDupas come back here to Denver. But that's one of those things. It's gonna be an awesome weekend of football. I believe you have two games on. I think it's two games on Saturday, two games on Sunday, or it's all together 6 games, isn't it?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you'll have the wild card, and Saturday you got 2 games, and then I think you got like three games on Sunday. Then I know Monday is Texans and Steelers.
Oh, okay. For Monday
So
night.
I think it's 2, 3, and 1 if I'm not mistaken.
Gotcha. Okay. So 3 on Sunday.
Okay,
it'll be like a Sunday night game probably.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. So you got the Rams and Panthers at 3:30 on Saturday, and then at 7:00 you've got the Packers and Bears, and then Sunday at 12 you got the Bills and Jaguars, and Sunday 3:30 you got the 49ers and Eagles, and at 7:00 you got the Chargers and Patriots, and then Monday's the Texans and Steelers.
Gotcha. All right. Well, it sounds like we got an awesome weekend of pro football. And
yeah, I'm looking at that, and I looked at this earlier. I think I think the Rams are going to win. I think the Eagles are going to win, and I think the Bears are going to win.
Yeah, the Bears really have had the Packers number, and Michael Parsons got hurt, and the Packers have kind of went down since then. Then when you look at, I think it's going to be at the AFC. I think it's going to be Texans, Jags, and Patriots come out of those games.
See, I'm picking the upset Buffalo over Jacksonville.
I actually would like to see that.
That's my upset pick. I always do one upset pick. That's my upset pick. I don't think the Rams beating Carolina is a big upset to me, but I think if I picked one, I think Buffalo over Jacksonville. That's the biggest upset.
I would say if I was going to pick an upset, it would be the Bears over the Pack, because
that's not an upset. Chicago's the number 2 seed.
Yeah, but I mean the Packers they're supposed to win the Super Bowl, I thought.
Oh well, they're going to lose, and Dallas is going to get a higher pick.
Hey, oh,
zinger!
Hey, came out of nowhere. But yeah, I was talking with Daniel about the college, and I just got smoked on my bracket. I would have never picked Miami to go as far as they did, and like Daniel was saying that he's thinking it's Indiana versus Miami for the national championship. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting because Ole Miss, they have like this sneaky good like defense, and they just like took it to Georgia. Like I was telling Daniel, I really like the way that Ole Miss like adjusted to like the way they played Georgia, because last time Georgia just boat raced them, and this time their Ole Miss defense just stood tall, and they couldn't do that. So once they started getting a lot of those tackles for loss and getting them in some like 3-and-out positions, then that's when the whole tide changed to that game. So
I think it's going to be Indiana and Ole Miss playing for the championship.
yeah, I can agree with that. That sounds right.
That's who I think is going to play for the championship, and we'll see.
I can see Broncos Bills rematch, and then Houston versus New England. Like that sounds about right, Daniel. I could agree with that.
Well, you got Miami and Mississippi. They're going to play on Thursday. Then Friday, you got Oregon and Indiana.
Gotcha.
But that brings me to college of the week, college games of the week. So I'm going to go ahead and cue it up.
Yeah.
Did you do meme of the week?
I didn't.
No.
No.
Let me go ahead and do it.
All right. Man,
I'm going to say put some respect on Seattle. I'm just going to say it now.
Sea chickens.
They went in to San Francisco, took care of business, baby, and they deserve it. I watched that game and I was like, Seattle's a real threat to win the Super Bowl this year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think they have a chance, but for them, I mean, you had the Rams and San Francisco, and that game was really a winner take all. I mean, it really was, and there was a lot of great football this week. Don't get me wrong, but I watched that game and I was like, Seattle, yeah, I'm gonna give it to y'all. Matter of fact, you hadn't sent me a meme, so I was looking for one. And I found that, and I was like, I want to shout out some respect to the Seahawks. Y'all earned it, brother. Nothing else I can say. That you earned it.
Yeah, it's crazy because I could usually find some pretty good memes, and I usually save them, and then I forget on Sunday. I forget to send them, but it's all good.
I find a way to do it.
Yeah. Nah, that's a good one though. I mean, dude, they did look pretty formidable. Like their defense has been just playing lights out, and I think their defense deserved to get that win against San Fran offense.
That defense played freaking good.
They
they played good.
Yeah.
And DeMarcus Lawrence, he played good. He used to be the Cowboys. Jerk off didn't play that good for us. But all right, let's go to college.
Yep. All right. It's time for King James's college breakdown and rankings.
Yeah, I was going to go ahead and do a bracket, and I was like, hell, I don't need to do a bracket this late now. Everybody knows this got us down to 4 teams, and when I was watching, I watched this game too. And Michael Irvin, I thought he was going to have a heart attack on the sideline the way he was acting, but I did not pick the Miami Hurricanes to beat Ohio State. And Miami, in my opinion, they sort of whooped Ohio State. I was impressed with the way Miami played. And Miami, I feel like they earned every bit of it. And Ohio State, Ohio State, I really thought Ohio State was probably going to win it all. And for them to get beat the way they did, it was impressive. I mean, give it to Miami. When you go and look at this, Ohio State had more yards and everything, but like we say this all the time, they had 2 interceptions.
Yep.
And when you look at that, they had 2 turnovers to 1. But it seemed to me like when Ohio State was making their move down, Miami get a sack.
Yep.
And you can go all day up and down the field, But when you're down there in those crucial moments, and then the other team gets a sack and moves you back, and makes you take field goals instead of touchdowns, that kills you.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what you saw. And that's going to bring us. And I can go through these stats. I don't care about any of this stuff right here. What I want to see is right here. Miami had 5 sacks for loss and 7 tackles for loss when it mattered.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and one thing that I was going to say, too, because you actually missed, I actually did the show by myself the one week. You had that lawyer you had to go to.
Yep.
And I was going to do bracket that week, but maybe next year, and hopefully they do go up to 16 teams, so it'd make, like, for a better bracket. We'll have, like, an actual bracket with the show where everyone can join and stuff like that, and I'll get it. We'll put it more out there in the chat and all that kind of stuff. So that was kind of my bad that I wasn't really set up to do that last
no big.
that week.
When you watch this game, what was the worst play of the day for Ohio State?
I had to have been that interception.
Yeah, that was it. At that pass, that was one of the worst passes out to the flat like that. I mean, that ball should have been up a lot higher. I mean, I don't know what he was seeing, but when he picked it off, I was like, holy crap, there's nobody going to catch him or anything. And it was at that point I was like, you know what? Miami's probably going to win this.
Yeah.
I really thought it at that point, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
No, me and Daniel were at the Avalanche game when that game was on, and he showed me on his phone like, "Oh yeah, check it out." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Miami's winning." I was like, "Oh man, my bracket's trash now." But,
well, yeah, I mean, you look at it, and that's why I said they had the plays when it mattered.
True.
And those 5 sacks and 7 tackles for loss were huge. And then when you got into the kicking game, yeah, Ohio State, they missed 1 field goal, but that wasn't a determined factor in the game. I'll just say it. And Miami punted the ball 5 times to 4 for Miami. And if you actually look at it, by stats and stuff, you would think Ohio State probably won this game. But when the plays mattered and they got down there Miami stepped up and shut it down, brother. That's the only way you can look at this game.
The one thing I was really surprised about was it seemed like Miami, like they had a lot better play calling. Like there was a lot of really good play calls where they would get like numbers and good blocks, and like it was like Ohio State's defense was having trouble penetrating and getting in there, and they were having trouble defending a lot of different situations, so I thought Miami did a good job with like play calling. I mean, like I said, I just watched the replay after we got back from the Avs game, but that was the one thing I noticed was just like the play calls just seemed like they just had like they were moving around the field and they were keeping them off balance, and I think Ohio State was having trouble trying to keep up with, one play they would go to the right and then the next play they go to the left, and it just seemed like Ohio State was just off balance and they just couldn't stop them.
Yeah, and there's a few good things. I mean, when you look at this, is of the 4 teams that had buys, 3 of them lost. The only one that won was Indiana. And Indiana should be ashamed of themselves beating up on an opponent that was inferior, 38-3 like Alabama.
I know.
Then another fun stat.
The SEC hate runs deep over there.
My team's in the SEC, but Alabama shouldn't have been in it. Texas Tech shouldn't have been in it. A&M or Oklahoma shouldn't have been in it. Texas and Notre Dame should have been in there before them. We'd have had better games. But with that being said, another fun fact is of all the Texas teams that were in it, you had Texas Tech and Texas A&M, the only Texas teams to score during the well, it wasn't the playoffs, but it might have considered because you're playing Michigan.
Bowl games.
But at least Texas, they whooped Michigan, drew in, and they scored touchdowns. A&M Michigan couldn't even score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Those are just facts. Just pointing them out. Yeah.
So we just
hate on me. I don't care. You can't hate on facts.
we just cannot drop the bias, the Texas bias on this
I'm
podcast.
doing it for Daniel more than I am anybody.
Yeah, so I did not put in clown music today, so I'm sorry, Daniel.
Broncos country, let's ride.
But we could have Broncos country in there, so.
And I'm gonna say this: a turn of events. The game they played earlier in the season, it was Georgia who took it to them in the fourth quarter and third quarter. In this game, it was Ole Miss who put it on Georgia.
Right.
And Ole Miss, give you all credit. Ole Miss, they built that team mainly through the portal.
True.
That is a fact. And I can tell you right now, like that, and we'll be doing this next week because it takes about a week before the portal. There's already players being signed and everything. But as a good example, who's the top player in the portal right now? Cam Coleman.
Oh, Daniel. Yeah, he was telling me about that. Yeah, he drove through Texas A&M. What do they call that?
Were you coming from Waco or were you coming from Austin?
Well, he was coming from Colorado to go down to Houston.
So he probably went through Waco up through College Station, I would assume.
Yeah, I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was on his way down there. Oh yeah, it says he was on his way down to Houston. So
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He had to come through. If he was going to go through College Station, he probably hit the cutoff right before he went into Waco.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep. That's that. I've driven it too many times. And did you stay in Houston or were you outside of Houston?
Yeah, his dad's I think a little bit outside of Houston.
Okay, that's
sure
what I'm saying.
exactly
It depends on where you're going down through there, and I did a lot of classes for NFPA, and God, I'm trying to think of the area right out there we stayed. We were at the DoubleTree. God, they even named the freeway after it. My mind's going blank. No, we wasn't in Sugar Land, but I know exactly where Sugar Land is.
That's where he's at.
Yeah.
That's where he's at.
Okay, cool. All right. So anyway, looking at this game, the stats are right there together. But Ole Miss, overall, they played better. They almost had 500 yards of total offense.
Right.
And their quarterback played really good. I mean, he was 30 of 46, an average 7.9. And you look at the turnovers, there was one fumble lost by each team, no big deal. And I would say the most important part was the passing from Trinidad Chambliss.
Right.
I mean, he played good, had 2 touchdowns. He completely outplayed Gunnar Stockton, in my opinion. And Harrison Wallace III had 9 receptions for 156 yards. That's a hell of a day. Hell of a day.
It is. Yeah, it is.
And when I was watching it, that Luke Haas, if I remember right, that was his first catch of the season, and he caught it for 3 yards for a touchdown. So you got to give a shout out to that. And
there you go.
And if you look, give it up to the Ole Miss offensive line. They didn't allow any sacks and only 3 tackles for loss, where Ole Miss had 2 sacks and 9 tackles for loss. And we always look at that stat because I think it's very telling to show what can win games. And I've always stated defense, what matters more than anything is when you're getting sacks and tackles for loss. If you can do that consistently, you're going to be pretty good.
Right.
So
I agree with that.
And like I was saying, when you look at who is the number one player right now in the portal. It's the guy from Auburn, Cam Coleman, that receiver. He's a bad dude. And I can tell you, it looks like there's getting to be a bidding war, I have a feeling, in NIL packages. And it's looking like it's going to be between Texas and Texas A&M. So
Wow.
that's going to be something. And then when you looked at this, Ole Miss, I mean, their kicker did really good. You think about this. He kicked 156 yards, and he's
Wow.
2 of 2 extra points. 3 for 3 on his field goals, and the Georgia kicker, he missed one, and he's usually pretty automatic. But
Right.
it just goes to show you, Ole Miss had 3 punts, Georgia had 4, and if you look, there was no big kick returns or punt returns, so special teams didn't affect it. It just come down to the defense, which is what made the difference in the game.
Right.
So that's pretty much it for College of the Week. Now, one of the things I am going to do is next week I'm going to start talking about some of the portal players, and then I'll do, of course, the 2 games of the week. But we should have a pretty good idea of what's taking place in the portal. And then probably about February, we'll combine some of the classes, the top classes, maybe do the top 10 for 10 weeks in a row leading up to the draft. And we'll talk about the new portal players that are coming in recruiting class and seeing how that ranks, based on that. Because you could have, say, a top 5 recruiting class, say number 5, but you have the number 1 portal class. That, to me, that means you got a number 1 class, when you do something like that.
True.
So that'll be
Yeah.
interesting. We're going to see who puts up or shuts up.
Yeah, I would like to try to do like maybe our own kind of ranking of who we think is going to be like the top rookie draft picks.
Oh, I'm going to have that before draft. I'm going to we'll probably do like for a couple of weeks in a row up to the draft, probably about mid-March up to mid-April, because I think when is the draft? April 16th or something like that. So
Yeah,
hell,
sounds
I'll
about
look real
right.
quick. Let me look and see.
Is it April?
20.
Because I know we did our draft in Dynasty like in like May.
Let me
but-
look here. It is NFL April 23rd through 25th.
Gotcha.
I knew it was in April. I just didn't remember the exact date. So that give us 3 weeks before we're going up to it, and we'll probably go through like looking at it. Probably the top 100, 150 players.
Yeah, so a lot of the guys that are in like Dynasty fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
that's like we do actually a rookie draft, and it was so awesome. Like, dude, my rookie draft was like so good last year just because we were like kind of had our eyes on a lot of these players. R.J. Harvey, Calvin Austin. Different players that we knew were gonna come out and be good. And Jalen Higgins was one of them. Like I say, they haven't really been consistent. Like, I actually drafted R.J. Harvey as like my RB number 2, and that was a big mistake because he was definitely not my RB2 all year. I mean, towards like the end of last week, which he did really good in my championship game and stuff. I had Bo Nix and R.J. Harvey for my championship game in Dynasty, and they both did really good. But like I say, all my other players were just that bad, and we do know that he is rooting for the Texans, like I kind of am, because I just don't really feel like the Steelers deserve to be there. I mean, they just didn't play that great of football in the last few weeks, and so I don't know. I might be secretly rooting for the Texans myself.
Yeah, when you go in and you start looking at the top prospects that are out there, like if you take the Cincinnati quarterback, for instance, they got him as number 2. He's committed to Texas Tech. But then you also got Sam Levitt, who is out of Arizona State. Wait and see who he recruits to. The quarterback, they had number 3, Drew Messmaker, out of North Texas, which I said last week he's probably going to Oklahoma State, where the the coach for North Texas went. And then you got Cam Coleman. We're waiting to see where Cam Coleman's going to go. You also have Chaz Coleman. He's an edge out of Penn State, hadn't made a decision. The defensive lineman from Wake Forest, Mateen Ibiragoba, hadn't made a decision. But you're just sort of sitting here looking. I can tell you one Texas is really wanting is the edge out of Florida, Jaden Woods. He's at Florida, and I know he was on campus. But you sort of go down through here and you're looking at the different players that are here and where they're going to go. And I'll probably, like one that they don't put a lot on, they're always the specialists that they're looking at. But what's going to be interesting is seeing where some of these really good offensive line players go. Like, to give you an idea, Texas is really after Andrew Sprague. He's the Michigan offensive tackle. And then they've got another guy. He's a guard. I was trying to remember what his name was.
Well, and we could probably put that together too for top, dynasty rookies, where you just all we're focusing on is, especially if you have the DSTs, but just focusing on the quarterbacks that are coming in, rookie quarterbacks that are coming in, rookie wide receivers that are coming in, rookie running backs that are coming in, and kind of rank them. And then we could actually do it separate for the offensive linemen, the defensive linemen, stuff like that, for the defense, and then kind of just rank them separately, because a lot, I've been doing mock drafts already for the 2026, so that I can kind of get that edge on where these players are ranking and what kind of position that I'm trying to boost for my dynasty, what kind of players I'm thinking are going to break out. I was really impressed. This last year I drafted Woody Marks and I drafted Byshell Tootin. And Woody Marks had a great year. Byshell Tootin just kind of started coming alive at the end, so it wasn't really that great for fantasy. But it's a dynasty, so, he should be good next season.
Jake Warnera, that's his name, out of Michigan. I had to look it up to be sure. But I think it's going to be interesting. I want to actually take and go through all the recruits I want to do the top 10 recruiting classes and then see what they did with the portal rankings. So we'll do that starting probably next week.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm excited, and it's really awesome to have guys like Daniel join us and just kind of talk football and just kind of catch us up on how sad A&M was that they got beat by Texas and then they got beat in the playoffs. So pretty sad.
Yep.
Sad day for them, but. Like I say, I don't really have nothing else.
Me neither.
I really appreciate everyone joining. Like I say, sorry about the format being a little different, but like I say, I like how me and King James have been doing this long enough. We can kind of roll with the punches, and he docks my pay, I dock his pay. So it's I just remember I'll just send you the little form where you docked my pay for the last time I was late, and then. You're like, oh yeah, here, are we still at the same the same docking price, here.
This
But,
rooting for the Texans.
yeah. That's what I said. I said I'm kind of secretly rooting for the Texans too, but like I say, it's a lot of fun. I appreciate you putting it together. I have some really awesome sound bites for Thursday, and I think you're just gonna be foaming at the mouth when you see how crazy these guys are saying that the code is wrong and that they had to change it for 2026, and so you'll be able to put together that code change and everything. But like I say, we'll see some of you guys on Thursday, maybe Daniel. Dude, it's a lot of fun to like kind of just talk code. I think Daniel kind of likes getting a little bit through osmosis, a little bit of the arguments and stuff, and then like he goes out in the field and then he goes up against these Apprentisaurus Rexes where they're guys that have been, in the trade for, 10, 12 years and don't have a license and like, oh yeah, I failed the test 5 times. Like, well, yeah, you failed the test 5 times because you don't know the code. And
Well, I'll say this: show up Thursday because y'all are going to see some cool stuff, and I'm going to have a free little course on there on wiring methods that I put together on the 2023, so everybody can see the best online course out there. This is what you're going to see everything look like from this point on.
I forgot to give you props for doing the little comparison. That was like the first time we did a comparison, and didn't seem like we got
Mike's? Yeah. Go look at it. In that illustration, it had nothing to do with 250.24C. It had nothing to do with it at all. And that's what I'm saying. He takes some. He doesn't even know what the hell he's doing. But I was going to take and put in there, show him when you lose the neutral and showing the calculations and stuff and checking all that stuff. And I was like, no, I'm just going to keep it on 250.24C. I was actually waiting for somebody to say something about it. Then I said, oh, you mean this one here? This is how you actually do that. But
dude,
nobody showed nothing.
It was funny. We have to pipe out this electric room, and like, dude, it's ridiculously busy. Like, I mean, it is bad. Like, I mean, there's like 100 pipes coming out, and like you could not see a single spot where we could sneak a pipe. And so I'm just telling my apprentice, like, well, just pop through that electric room and figure out a route and start running it. And it was like kind of the sink or swim kind of method, Mm-hmm. And I was like, just start running it. And so he started doing it. He found a nice path, found an open strut, and found we had to like stick off the wall a couple inches, to,
Mm-hmm.
Like get it to clear everything. And then we built a piece of strut down, and, he found a route, and he did it all on his own. I didn't help him or anything. And, so then he went and showed one of the other guys who's like a 4th-year apprentice, and he was just lost. He's like, dude, he goes, I can't do this. He's like, I don't even know. And he's like, what? You can't do this? And he's like, yeah. He goes, I don't know. He's like, I wouldn't even know the first thing what to do.
Wow.
And here's a 1st year just running circles around a 4th year, and
he must have went through Jeremy's class.
Oh yeah, yeah. They want a lot of things done for him there,
I guess he's not a glorified ditch digger.
Hey, dude, Daniel's been sending me all his like glorified ditch digger pics like every week and everything. So
you know what? I'm gonna do the meme this week. I think I'm gonna do a glorified ditch digger meme.
All right.
I'll find something.
I'm actually impressed with your meme skills, and maybe I'll find one and then I'll send it to you. And then if yours is better, you can do yours over mine.
Well, I've taken for the whole week. I've got everything planned for each day. Something that'll be posted. So I do them on Sundays to get them ready for the whole week. So.
Okay.
They're already set everything, and I'm telling you, I'm freaking busy as hell. But I've got a lot of stuff that's going on, a lot of stuff that's coming up this next year and through the next year, and 2026, y'all are gonna see some kick-ass stuff coming out.
That reminds me, I have to go get a question that's gonna stump you and AI.
Well, I mean, you can try. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking King James, baby.
Dude, I'm so proud. I got you on one that was from your own book, but you know what I mean. It's like it's funny because it just
That was
goes
a
to
new
show-
change too. I was like, God, I think they changed this. I couldn't remember. I said it's either this or that. I can't remember if they made it. It was the second they did change. I just couldn't remember.
Got him.
It just goes to show you when you're changing every 3 years, it's hard to remember every freaking little change that takes place. That's why you got to do continuing education updates so you know what took place.
Well, and it was really funny because kind of tied in a little bit this week where my apprentice, he asked me a question. He says, "Why did they change the code?" And like that's actually kind of a good question because it's like they shouldn't have to. They should have got it a little bit better in the first. But some of it, I don't really believe needs to be changed. So, did you listen to that audio?
Not yet.
I think?
I haven't had a chance yet. Matter of fact, that's on my list tonight. I've got a few things I need to do after this, and then I'm gonna just chill out the rest of the night. I'm sort of tired. I worked till 4:00 in the morning last night trying to get this one thing done, and then I turned around. I had a meeting at 10, and I've been over all day with an attorney, and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be hard getting through this traffic. And then I get all the way here, then there's a wreck, lady, and she was pretty heavy lady too. She shouldn't have been on that motorcycle. But then I was like, gotta be the good Samaritan. That's more important than a freaking podcast. So I got out, helped her and everything. And just luckily, I saw it quick enough. I could get over the side street and get out before the cars were coming and flash them down because they're going to be coming down that road 45, 50 miles an hour easily. And I was out there down the street a ways flashing it, it just wasn't, I was probably a good 100 yards in front of her flashing, and then the cars started stopping. And then once I got them stopped, I ran back up and helped her get on her side and told her, stay on your side no matter what. And then 2 cars pulled up, put their blinkers on, got out, and we're watching her when I got the motorcycle off the street. And I'm a pretty strong freaking guy. I could feel the weight of it. I was like, oh shit, this is way too heavy motorcycle for you, darling. And what it looked like, she was going slow and she realized she wanted to get over, and she, turned it real quick. And I think it locked up on the front and just threw her off because the back didn't land. The back wasn't really scratched up much. So I figure that's what happened in the way the back was laying, and she was off to the side, but she hit her head. There was blood all over her face and all down her arm and stuff. And she was wanting to get up, and I told her, I said, don't get up no matter what. Just try. And then she had trouble getting on her side, and I was like, she may have broke a rib too. She was hurting. So
yeah, that's rough. Well, appreciate everyone joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe our podcast, and we will continue to bring you guys the best football action every Monday.
We do this because we enjoy it. It's fun. We like to talk about the games. It's just for people to come on here, just talk about your team, talk all the smack you want with them. We love it. Daniel, he's always smacking me on the Longhorns and Cowboys, and he has every right on the Cowboys, but don't be talking about the Longhorns.
They saved face this year by putting it on the Michigan Wolverines, but like I say, that was a pretty good game, and like I say, I'm really gonna be interested to see what happens with Arch Manning moving forward. I believe he had 2 throwing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns.
I'll say this: the last 2 months of the year, he was the best quarterback in college.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying it, and I think next year he definitely will be the front runner for the Heisman. Yeah. And the thing is, a lot of people say he really likes college and stuff. it wouldn't even surprise me if they give him a good NIL deal and he plays another year after next year. Because it ain't like he needs some money. You know, his family's got money, you know. He may like the college life, and, you know, he's always wanted to be a Longhorn. If you stay there 2 more years, if you happen to win 1 national championship, you become a legend there. They treat you like royalty. Yeah, you're come by the hood. Hell, Bill give you a number, and you come over. Hell, we'll go eat dinner and have a good time, brother.
Yeah, you could see like the burnout marks for all the times he won the Willie quiz.
Right.
And stuff.
You can see them out front. They're sort of wearing off. Has to start over, but it says Daniel out in front.
He spells your name out in the street with burnout marks.
Who's Daniel? I said, this guy thinks he's smarter than me. Shit.
Who's King James? Why you got a crown on that golf cart?
What's so funny about that is, you know, they started that crap, and then we started making fun of it. Well, when y'all come on there, even they do it, Chad, they put King James. One of they were watching it at the pool hall, and they said, "Why they call you King James?" And I started explaining, you know. So now it's become like a joke. And when I come up to the pool hall, everybody says, "Hey, King James." It just sort of like,
yeah.
But my best friend Travis, my other friend Greg, they refused to call me King James.
That's funny.
You know what was funny? And I was telling them, I've got to get in better shape. I'm starting to work out this year, watching what I eat and stuff. But we went and played golf the other day, and I was kicking ass, man. But I was getting a few bad breaks. But, man, I got down about the last 4 or 5 holes. My lower back started hurting. I mean, and I started getting a headache because they didn't have no water coolers out there where you could fill up. We didn't see the cart girl forever. And I was like, you know, if I'm going to keep turning my body like that, because even at 6'2", I can still take full freaking turns and bust the ball 300 yards.
Nice.
And, but after I finished playing, my lower back's freaking killing me from turning like that. So I went and got a membership up at 24 Hour, and I'm going to go up there. I went up there. I talked to the physical guy, whoever, you know, that trainer. And he was saying, yeah, we'll get you. I said, look, I don't need any help with weights. I said, I probably know more exercises than you do. I said, I was probably.
That's the next Willie quiz.
I said, my arms, I used to be a big dude. And I said, I don't need any help. I said, what I need help with is somebody that can be up behind me. And when I'm on the ground and I've got my legs out, somebody that can push my body down, you know, to stretch my lower back out. And I said, I know a lot of exercises for doing that, but I just want to work on opening my spine up and popping the lower part. And I said, I just want to work on stretching my body. I said, I think I'm getting older now and I can't stretch like I used to. So, and I'm not like in bad shape or nothing, but I'm probably going to try to lose about 30, 40 pounds.
Well, I
get
bet
down
you,
to about 220 will be the lowest I can probably ever get.
I'm betting you in reality another girl came and moved that bike, and you're just saying it was you, but
yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't even think the girl lifted weights for a living had trouble lifting that son bitch. It was heavy. I was like, it was heavy. It was a heavy damn bike. I was actually shocked it was so heavy.
Right.
All right, let's wrap her up.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Joining. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and come hang out with us on Thursday if you guys are into electrical code, and really like watching all these code experts look like fools. We got you.
Thursday's going to be an awesome podcast. That's all I'm telling you.
Yes,
We're
sir.
starting off the new year right.
Yes, sir. I agree. Badass. Thank you so much. And as always, remember, make every day an easy day. I'm out.
Amen. Everybody have a good week. We'll see some of y'all Thursday. Take care and make every day an easy day.
Deuces.